Hey guys, it's Kimmy again and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe because it means the world to me. I don't know, way too excited, but I'm just happy. My dog is chewing on a bottle. Please ignore her. I haven't filmed a video in a week since I fostered a kitty. I did find her a home who would continue to look after her as she's still growing because she was still so young. I thought it was a boy, but it's a girl. I did name her Bay. Then my friend renamed her because I thought she was gonna adopt her to Blue, but then it turns out she's a girl, so now her name is Stormy. She just went through a bunch of names. I've been picking up a lot of extra hours at work, and that means I've been seeing my psycho customer much more at work. So, the main manager who we had quit a couple weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, gave a week's notice, left, didn't tell me. Like I said, please ignore my dog in the background, but he left and he had the situation under control. This is an update to how it's going with my psycho customer. He never really talked to him about it, but he did have me and the girls stay away from him. He had him stay away from us in a way, so it was controlled but never really taken care of. Like, he was never kicked out or anything like that. So he's gone, and ever since he left, I feel like this person, this psycho, has only gotten worse. But I'm at the point where I'm so used to hearing disgusting shit from him, where I'm like fouled by like how disgusting this man is and how gross he is and how like honestly disgusting he makes me feel, that I'm not surprised with what he says anymore. Like, I'm so used to it that I'm like, I'm not surprised you just said that. That was sickening. Like, I'm not surprised. The other day I was really happy and I was singing to the song that was on the radio that we had on, singing and dancing, and then he asked me what drugs I'm on. Like, it's not like, that doesn't sound serious, but the thing is, he actually believes it. Like, to the point where he will go to the owner and be like, hey, your employee is on drugs, and then get me in trouble for something that is not true. Like, that's like how far to the extent it is that I got mad that day, and I was like, I'm not fucking putting up with this shit. So then yesterday, a couple of nights ago, I went out and I didn't get home till really late, and I was really excited because I had a lot of fun that night. And then the next day I was like telling my coworkers I'm really close to about it, but he happened to be there and he happened to be eavesdropping, because that's something he does. He eavesdrops like a motherfucker. Like, it's like none of your business. Like, this is conversation A and B, so see your way out of it. I don't want to see you. You're not in it. I'm not talking directly to you. Like, leave me the fuck alone. So what he would do, he'd be like, he came in, he'd be like, hi Kim, hi Kim, hi Kim. Like, bye. Get the fuck out of my face. Stop talking to me. And then my coworker was like, ew, like, what the fuck is he doing? So he overheard me saying that, and he goes over, Kim, so were you on this street? I don't know what street he's talking about. Or were you on this street? And I was just like, I don't think in that manner because I'm not disgusting like you are. Okay? And I know he picks up girls and pays to have sex with them and all this shit, but for him to be like, hey, what street were you on? It's just so fucking disrespectful that you're going to my job and saying this shit to me, like, hey, what street were you working on last night? Oh, and I want spaghetti with meatballs, thanks. Oh, and I'm sorry if I offended you. I was just joking. Type thing. Like, what the fuck is actually wrong with this person? At first I didn't get it because he actually named real streets where he actually picks up women at. So then I just let it go. I was just like, funny. Okay. And then my coworker, who he also likes talking to, was like, what the fuck, blank? You don't say that shit. And he was like, what? I'm just joking. And then he proceeds to say shit like that. And then I kind of ignored it. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna think too much of it. Like, he didn't mean it that way. But then he goes over and he's like, so, Kim, like, for real, what street were you working on? Was it this one or this one? Because I grew up in the neighborhood. I know those streets. I could have came by, picked you up, could have had a little fun in the back seat, and I could have paid you a couple $100. Like, you think he's joking, but he's not. Like, even like in the past where he's been like, hey, I just want to go see an escort, like insinuating like, hey, I'm down to that stuff if you're down to that stuff, but not saying it straight to my face. But then to the point where you're like, oh, she was out at 3 a.m. what was she doing? And then just like knowing we're talking about one thing, but then for you to be like, hey, like, what actual street were you on? Because, like, I'm down. Like, that's not okay. It's disrespectful. You don't say that shit to someone. I'm not. First of all, that's fucking foul and disgusting. I mean, people do what they want to do. If you want to live that life, go ahead, but that's not me. Not only was that disrespectful, that was disgusting, especially coming from a man who's old as shit, ugly as shit, disgusting, and just disrespectful, and has no respect for women, especially talking to them like that. Like, you just don't say that shit. That made me, like, really uncomfortable. I was at the point where it's just so common that I was just like, wow, how did I not see that coming? But I'm not surprised. I wasn't the only one who heard that, thankfully, because, like, what the fuck? My coworker was really bothered by it. I told my other coworker and she was like, what the fuck? And I was gonna mention it to, like, anybody, but my coworker went over and the store owner was there. He's been there a lot since the manager quit. He's been trying to run the place. I've been helping out and all that stuff. One of his friends that is also there helping him out, that, like, is our neighbor because she owns a photography place next door, knows and understands that this man was making me uncomfortable. So they called me over and they're like, hey, we just brought you over here so you don't have to deal with him and feel uncomfortable around him. And I was like, oh yeah. And then they asked me about what he was saying, and I was like, because they were, like, creeped out as well, and I told them the backstory, which I'll link the video here if you haven't seen the first story. Then I tell them the backstory. I told them how I had felt uncomfortable. I told them how the old manager that used to work here made us not talk to him, or him not talk to us, because how disrespectful he was. And then I went on and told him what he told me today. That's when he got mad and was like, oh no, that's not okay. He has daughters, so I guess he put it into that perspective, like, hell no, if this was my daughter, this be a whole fucking different situation. So then that happened, and he asked me if I was comfortable with him confronting him. I was like, I guess sure, like, go for it. Like, I am really uncomfortable with this person. And then he asked me if I was comfortable with him confronting him while I was there, and I was like, no, could you do it when I leave? And it was like 30 minutes till I had to leave because it was the end of my shift almost. So he waited till I left, and I didn't know what happened from there. Today I came into work and my coworker was like, oh my god, did you tell blank about what blank said to you? I was like, yeah, I mentioned it only because this other person brought it up to him and he asked me, and I was like, okay, yeah, he told me this and he's disgusting and I don't like him and I don't feel comfortable with him. He got mad and confronted him. They told me that he sat down and was like, hey, I don't want you speaking to my girls like that, especially if my daughter was here and you spoke to her like that, this would be a whole fucking different situation. Like, you don't fucking do that shit. So he warned them, you don't talk to my girls like that. Like, this is a warning. And he tried to fucking say that he tried to justify it by saying it was a joke. Oh, and because they talked to me like that too, so I thought it was okay. When have I ever fucking said anything like that to you? That doesn't make sense. Like, how? But the thing is, he kept repeating himself. Like, you can just tell he's lying because he repeats himself so much. But the fifth time he repeats that, he has a different whole fucking story. Like, you can just see right through him. He's one of those people who are, like, just trash. Like a trash human who lies and is disgusting and will say shit to you and turn it around when you confront them so they don't look like a bad person. Do you know what I'm, like, you'd have to meet him to understand, like, how much I hate this person and how much everyone else hates him. But we put up with him because he's a freaking customer. And then the owner even told me he's kicked out people before because of things they said like that to the girls, and that's not okay. So I think this is the final update. Hopefully I don't want to deal with this person anymore. I hope he's uncomfortable to come back because I don't want to fucking deal with this person. Like, he tried to make up shit to get me fired that wasn't even true. One, that I was lesbian, which is not fucking true. Plus, if I was, who the fuck cares? Because I am just the best customer and I need to be treated like the best person on earth. Fuck you. No. I feel not special, but I've never had anyone defend me in such a way, so I feel happy. I feel like I'm in a good work environment where everyone I work with and the person I work for in this restaurant genuinely are good people, and I really love that. I love the people I work with, and for them to, like, stick up for me and be like, hey, yo, this person is going way out of control, calm the fuck down. Putting them in their place to make me feel safer in my working environment means so much to me, and I'm so grateful for that. But that's pretty much the update for my fucking psycho customer. He finally got put in his place, and I can finally go to work not having to be fucking told, hey, Kim, do you want to have sex? I'll give you a couple $100. Hey, I saw you making out with you know, your coworker. I'm gonna tell your owner so you can get fired. Hey, you stopped accepting my tips even though I didn't do it. Oh. Just please watch my first video so you understand this second video, how much I am annoyed with this human. I'm done. I hope this is like the last thing I have to hear from him. I hope this is the last thing I have to put up with him. I hope I never have to run into people like that ever again. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I was somewhat entertaining and I got you guys hooked on to what was gonna happen or why or what happened. But thank you for watching. It really means the world to me, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my other social media. I have a public Instagram where I'll be posting my stuff. More of my stuff, not just YouTube videos. You can go follow me on that, and it would really mean the world to me. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.